Hi, nice to meet you. I'm David.
Hi, David. I'm Gig. Hey, congratulations for Christmas in Carolina.
Thank you so much. You said Greg, correct?
Gig, gig,
Gig.
gig,
It's a pleasure
gig.
to meet you, Gig.
Terrific, terrific. Well, anyways, yeah, congratulations on Christmas in Carolina. I guess we're not close to Christmas yet, but it's always good time to talk about Christmas movies, right?
It's always a warm holiday for Christmas. Everybody's looking forward to it all year round. So it's just it's always a feel good holiday, you know?
That's right. Christmas movie's always a feel good movie, and for anybody. And personally, we're almost to that month where they're just going to play Christmas movies until Thanksgiving, anyways.
Yeah, every year. I say when just as soon as October 31st rolls around, all day, every day, we can look forward to watching a good, beautiful, cheesy Hallmark-ish movie, which we all would love to be a part of. But yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. So, hey, David. Hey, correct me if I'm wrong. Is this your first movie?
This is my first, yeah, this is my first movie, my first big film. This is my first lead. It was quite some shoes to fill, right?
Wow, that is some impressive pressure.
Gig, you did some research, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was actually, yeah, this is my first big role. This is my first break. This is a big, very big first for me, and I had to do a lot of listening, a lot of learning, and it was a lot of growing pains in such a small condensed amount of time, you know.
So
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 I
how
think everybody.
how did you come across this project? Is it just sheer luck or talents and skill? What's going on?
Well, maybe I've been preparing for the role all my life, to be honest with you. You know, just being a chameleon of things. I went to school to broadcast, to be like a journalist, and while playing basketball. To make a long story short, when I learned about the film, I went to school with the writer Stacey Davis's sister.
Hmm.
I did not know Stacy prior to, but I knew her sister. And I graduated in 2011, so this is almost 10 years prior. And she looks through my social media page and says, maybe this guy's a good fit for what I'm trying to do. And she messaged me, emailed me, we progressed along, and she started writing the character a little more, so towards my personality, gearing towards it, and we actually pulled it off. At first, it was a little different. It was a totally different concept, and then Kelly S. Williams, also known as Laura Winslow, signed on to do the project. So then I had to re-audition because Kelly's a pro. Kelly's amazing, but if she's gonna put her name on this, you gotta make sure that these people are gonna be believable, credible, and they can actually make the scenes work. So yeah, so she heard her sister mentioned me. She looked over my social media profile, and then went from there.
I'm fascinated about this.
It, it's a,
As a first timer, how did you prep for something like this? That's big.
yeah, it's pretty amazing. It's one of those like once in a lifetime stories, right?
Yeah.
Uh, but to prep for it, I think because I was so much of a sponge, and while we were constantly rehearsing, we also had 6 months to sit into my role. So during that time, rehearsing, running lines, I'm constantly asking questions. I'm paying attention to mannerisms. I'm paying attention to how people are taken into their roles and why they're doing certain things. So I think to even be prepared for something of that magnitude, you got to be a student, and you got to be hungry, and you have to be, I would say, humbled in a way, to just be honored to have an opportunity to do something like that. So I took the opportunity, and I was so ecstatic about it. I played basketball in my life. So before, the character is based about around a guy who's running a small marketing firm, former NBA player. Basketball was my life until then. So it was the swagger and the demeanor of basketball had taught me so much, and just I was also a Ryan Seacrest intern. I traveled the country with the country music band as a country music merchandise manager. Like it was. So I had a lot of experience in a way. It was a different type of polish to me that helped me bring that character to life.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you got to bounce the ball in the movie at least.
Yeah. Oh, Gig, did you see that? Were you feeling my skills, Gig? Gig, we gotta go. We gotta get together. I don't know where are you located.
Oh, I'm located on the West Coast. I'm in
Oh,
California.
you're on the West Coast. Oh man, so Gig, you're gonna have to fly me out there, and when we got to show off for your buddies, and you need a ringer, you call me, and we're gonna do it. 2-on-2, me and you.
That's right. That's right. So how relatable is your character Wesley to you? Because obviously they kind of wrote it sort of like towards you anyway in the first place.
The I would say the charm essence of Wesley was written around me. He was easy to talk to. It was warm. He was embracing, and of course, it's a Christmas film, so you got to have somebody who's really loving. And I think I think it reflected me quite a bit. But there were moments. There's some deep moments that I had to dig deep for that weren't so much, or I would say were suppressed inside. So, but for the most part, watching the smiling and the saying the sweet things, I could see DJ Rowell or David L. Rowell doing that all day long. Seriously, I thought it was a great reflection of myself.
Well, I mean, this film is much more of like a romantic film in its own way because I have never seen two people fall in love so quickly on a film. It was like watching like The Bachelor or something. You know, these people just fall,
Gig, cut
fall
it
in love.
out. Yeah, it was fairly quickly, but sometimes it doesn't take you some people, it doesn't take a year when that something's right for you. If it doesn't take a genius to figure out, hey, if I do this, it's going to give me $1 million. So yeah, Wesley saw what he saw a rose in Elle, and he already knew that's what was his destiny, so he went for it. But yeah, it was pretty quick, right?
It was.
Have you done
Well,
that before, Gig?
no, no, no. I'm 46 and I'm way single.
Oh man, are you still doing the bachelor life? I see.
That is true. And
I got you.
with,
I
with,
got you.
with this pandemic, I'm in my own cave.
I can believe it. Yeah, the pandemic. You're definitely the king of the bachelors right now.
That's right. That's right. So what kind of romantic are you personally in real life?
I can't do this. I don't know if I can answer this question. But if you're gonna want me to do it, I'm gonna have to say, no, seriously. I would say I'm more of the Prince Charming type of guy. I
Ah,
like to I like to sit across, and hope that you'll look up and glance into my eyes, and we'll catch that connection and feel that fire, and then maybe we'll just mosey our way along into the middle of the floor and maybe slow dance and fall in love. So I'm actually really a cheesy guy. So it really melted my heart the way this script was put together.
well, good job. Great answer. I tried to throw you a curveball and you hit it out of the park.
Gig, we were ready for this, Gig. Are you serious?
Well, let's talk about your co-star Joslyn. How did you basically create that chemistry and synergy with her?
Listen, Gig, you can't even let me get off this quick enough. Jocelyn was so amazing. Man, when I met Jocelyn, the chemistry was instant. It was instantaneously. And I mean, you could probably sense that energy coming off of me right now. Anytime I get with Jocelyn, and don't forget the Y, Jocelyn Y Hall, uh, it's just something that it's like lightning in a bottle. So we had that chemistry, and we felt so comfortable around one another so fast. And when we were running those lines and I mean, we felt those characters out quickly. I mean, we really just had a great chemistry. Jocelyn, I can't say enough great things about. She's a, I mean, she's a beast. She's a beast. And if you don't come in there ready, she's going to eat you alive on scene. Like, she is a beast, and she's just incredible. She's an incredible actress. She's an incredible performer, and I can't wait to get back into any project with her. But she's amazing.
That is terrific because one of the things that when I was watching the film that I enjoyed the most was your guys' little romantic montages that you guys had no lines through. And then in my head I was thinking going, wait a minute, as an actor, that would probably be the most awkward thing to perform in a movie because it's just like you're posing for photos for like hours on end without talking to each other and just smiling. Could you talk about doing those little scenes?
Yeah, what are you depicting the entire movie apart? Jeez, yo, you are good at what you do. There's a reason why you're running this show, and you're absolutely right. Those moments can be a little like they could be weird in a way, but we had so much fun and so much chemistry. We had a lot of fun, but clearly there's no music when we're doing this. There's a director telling you, all right, guys, we want you guys to, walk along, look like you're in love, and DJ act like you want to, like you can't, like you can just eat a piece of it. I mean, come on. Everybody would love to watch Joslyn Hall all day. So it was easy to do the montage scenes, but probably with other people, it might be a little awkward. But it was interesting. They were interesting.
Now, the movie obviously is based in Carolina, and I believe it's filmed in Carolina itself. Are you from Carolina?
I am born and raised from South Carolina, small town on the map. If you blink, you might miss it. It's a small town called Marion, but with big time talent, gig. Big time talent.
That's right. So tell us, what is Christmas like in Carolina?
Christmas in Carolina is precisely what you saw in the movie. Maybe not for everyone else, but that is a South Carolina Christmas, what you saw. But like lots of decorations, love, fun, Uno, cheers, family. It's so contagious. Like it's my favorite holiday out of the year, and not because of the gifts, but because of the joy that's in everybody's hearts, the love that's eluding from everyone, and the feeling of just Christmas cheer. I mean, I sound like a Hallmark card gig, but I mean, that is exactly what Christmas is like down here. It's amazing.
Wow, makes me feel like I want to go to Carolina just for
Fly
Christmas.
down here, gig. I'm telling you, right after the 2-on-2, we'll fly back down to South Carolina, and I'll show you a Christmas in Carolina.
That's right. Well, I do want to basically mention that, one of the things that they're trying to promote, mentioning is that Kelly and Darius is in the film, which I would like to say that how does it feel to be sort of related to the Winslows who aren't the Winslows in the film?
Oh, man, gig. First of all, Kelly and okay, sorry. We're doing the Winslow, so I can say her name that she's best known by. Laura Winslow as my mom? Are you kidding me? Yes! Yes! Family Matters ran for 9 seasons. An unprecedented 9 seasons. We all saw it. Dude, I watched every episode of Family Matters maybe like, I would say a good 4 times. And to have Kelly come back as your mom, to play your mom on screen, oh, it's insane. And she was so great and so warm and so embracing. And she made the scene so easy for me, like easy for her. She was just so, man, she really helped to catapult me into to bring out the best performances possible. And Darius, I mean, maybe I know it's probably your next question. Darius, a.k.a. Eddie Winslow, come on, man. That's It gives the level, it shows you that he's been doing this 30 years. I'm telling you, gig, he comes in and he's amazing. Big personality. You see exactly why he's Eddie Winslow, Darius McCrary. He's incredible. Darius comes in and he's doing like 5 things at once. He's on one phone, he's texting them on the other, probably has a computer, and he's he's coming in with his bags, and he's doing all this and getting the script together. And I'm telling you, Darius comes in and he's still doing his own thing. And then when they say action, or and they're saying, all right, actors ready, he just gears in. I mean, it takes him 2 seconds, gig, to get prepared. And I mean, he's locked in, laser. This is 30 years. So he's an expert. And he just goes and demolishes these scenes. He's phenomenal. He's phenomenal. He was a lot of fun to work with, and he gave me a lot of gems. And so did Sean Harrison from Family Matters. He played Waldo. He helped direct the film, and Sean was also a big help telling me about energy. You probably can tell I got a lot of energy. So he's like, "Hey, man, you're killing it. You're doing your thing, but you probably better save some of that because you're gonna have nothing to give by the end of this film." And like, sure enough, like I was almost gassed. Like, so, and they were so helpful, man. It's unbelievable to be with people so iconic as those people, as though as the Family Matters crew. It's an honor.
It sounds like that you had such a great time on this production. You're definitely going to do this again.
Yeah. Gig, since the production, I've booked 2 films. I'm not gonna go too far into depth on those, but yeah, like the bug is serious, and when you get up there, you don't want to. What you're thinking is that how do you do this again? Because you're gonna want to do it again. You're gonna want to do it again. So
do you have a checklist of roles that you want to play already?
Well, I've always wanted. I will not kid you not. I've always wanted to play a romantic role. So I got to check that off my list, to play a romantic role. Secondly, I'd like to do. If you're listening, Uncle Will Smith, Big Willie, I'd love to play your son in Bad Boys. Bad Boys 4 coming up, man. Like Bad Boys 4. Let me get up there and get some action-packed things going on. I'm ready, Gig. I'm so ready.
You know what? If there's a will, there's a way.
There's a way.
Excellent. Well, let me start wrapping things up with you, because we are talking coast to coast on Zoom right now because of the crazy times we're experiencing. How are you staying sane and creative?
Sane and creative. I read a lot, so I would say if I'm not reading, I'm constantly doing things that are keeping my attention. Trying to stay off social media as much as you can. So you know how that is. That's not the easiest thing to do. But I'm a big reader, so I've been keeping myself entertained. And if I'm not reading a biography or a marketing book or a book on just furthering your ideas and manifesting, I keep myself pretty entertained, believe it or not, Gig. I'll call up the cast still. We still talk regularly, everybody, all the time. So I keep myself pretty entertained.
That's an excellent answer. And before I let you go, because I was reading your bio, because friends of yours call you DJ, and before you become popular and get a huge fan base, we want to know how did you get that nickname DJ?
So, like I said, I'm known for basketball, and coming up, I'm a junior. So I just dropped the junior for David L. Rowell, but I'm so well known for being DJ Rowell. So David, that's where that comes from. DJ is just shortened for David Jr. So
that's right.
DJ is David Jr.
Well, we heard it here first. Hey, David. Hey, thank you for speaking with me. And you know what? We're gonna play basketball.
Yeah, let's do it. 2-on-2, DJ and Gig. Man, we're ready. We're ready to do the thing. Gig, first of all, let me just say that you're amazing. I love the way that you're broadcasting these interviews. The energy is high. You're connected, doing your research. I don't know what kind of software you got over there, but you're definitely doing some research, and I'm proud to be a part of this show.
Hey, not a problem. Let's do this again.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Hey, bye now.
Thanks, Gig.
Thank you. Bye.